Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Oh, something's not in tune. My cat's chilling. It's a good day today, guys. I'm off work and we're going to be reacting to some Cooder here on RAYGO React. Now, hope you're all having a cracking day. It's 10 to 10 in the morning where I am, so it feels good. Start to a day, you know, I've been working for 7 days straight, so it feels good to have a day off. And on today's episode, one of our subscribers by the name of Simon, thank you very much for your kind donation, Simon. He has requested Cooder, the prodigal son, the prodigal. I don't know how you pronounce it, actually. But he said, here's a little cool backstory as well. He said, Brian Jones, when he left the Rolling Stones, Cooder stepped in to take his place. Not for long though. Mick Jagger wanted Ry to join the band full time after being on 2 songs on Let It Bleed. However, Keith Richards didn't like him. But before he did leave, Keith Richards got Cooder to show him his slide guitar technique. Now, Simon also said, I know a lot of people don't quite like slide guitar, but Ry makes it dirty and cool. Mate, I love me some slide! I almost dropped that in me, bro. So I'm ready for this. Hopefully I can pick up a technique, guys. That's the whole point in this. I don't just watch it to react and go, ooh, you know, like what most people do. I'm trying to pick up on stuff, see if I can develop it myself. If I see something cool, I'm gonna do it. For example, I know I always bang on about him, but Dire Straits, Mark Knopfler, his chicken picking, I never know how to do it. Up until I've started learning, I still don't, I'm not great at it. But I've been learning it on my Spanish guitar at work where the strings are slightly further apart. And I think I'm going to get one of them. But, see that? It's hard. You can pick it more up on electric. You see those? A lot of it's done on 1 string. That's difficult stuff. Hopefully I can pick something up today, who knows. Without further ado, let's get into this. Beg pardon. Hold up, guys. There we go.
His mind was not to obey, but after he left his father's house, he thought he had gone astray, and that's why I believe. Go back home, I will go back home, 'cause I believe. Go back home and be the servant of it all.
Nice.
Father saw him coming, and he met him with a smile.
This is jangly. This is just like the Rolling Stones. So I'm not surprised he was in a couple of Rolling Stones songs, like mentioned, because he's definitely got that bluesy style, which the Rolling Stones are actually. I feel like they're more blues than people tend to talk about. Like they are very blues. And that's one thing I pride them on more for being almost as big. Well, technically they're as big as, aren't they, as the Beatles. Like the Rolling Stones and the Beatles are the biggest bands of all time when you're thinking about bands. But they're like very blues, like the honky tonk, all that stuff. it's got quite a lot of 12 bars in the Rolling Stones, but they cover it up nicely in some sort of rock and roll fashion, don't they? Especially like the Honky Tonk Blues. Isn't that just 12 bars? I'll have to go back and check, but they've got a load of songs that are just using these like. But the way Keith Richards plays certain things, it's like, I think it's because he's in open G that the way he plays his chords. For those who might not know, his tuning of his guitar is different. Keith Richards, he plays it in open G, so I think because of the way he does that, the blues kind of I don't know. You guys let me know. But do you know what I'm saying? Like the underlying factor of Rolling Stones is very bluesy, but then they've got loads of songs that don't sound 12-bar blues, but it's there. You know what I mean? It's hard. I'm making a bad example of what I'm trying to say, but I know what I'm trying to say. But this guy, he sounds like it's got that Satisfaction guitar dirt going on, and the jangly of the guy on the drums who's playing a cowbell. You know what I mean? The bass, it's giving me Rolling Stone vibes. So what I'm saying is, when they needed to hire a musician when Brian May left, they would have wanted someone in that kind of style. Do you know what I mean? I suck, don't I, at trying to get me words out.
He threw his arms around him. He said, "Now that is my darling child, and that is why we go back home, and I will go back home, and I will go back home and be the servant of the Lord."
This is 12-bar blues, but it doesn't sound good.
Father asked the prodigal, "Son, why you been gone so long? What made you so love the world and forget your happy home?" Well, the prodigal said, I really searched the world for true religion. No faith, no peace could I find, till I came to a little place called Bakersfield that'll ease my troubling mind. And that's why I will go back home. I will go back home as I live.
Groovy this.
Go back and be the servant of the Lord. I wandered into a tavern where a music band was playing, where the steel guitar rang out so sweet. I feel that I was praying when I asked the comely waitress, "Hey baby, is this a new teaching?" She said, "There is no God but God, and Ralph Moody is his name." I said, "Let me empty your ashtray, Mr. Mooney. Oh, and if the drunks interfere, I'll be sad. But just as long as you sit there on the bandstand and play a guitar like
Bro,
Cooder,
that sounds
I'll be
epic.
glad."
That is slap.
I believe I will go back home. Believe that I will go back home.
You know, one thing I will say is maybe one of the reasons Keith Richards didn't want him in the band is, obviously, one, he didn't like him for some reason, but also some guitar players like to play with a guitar slider and they don't ever want to put it down. And if you're a player who basically wants to use that on every song, then every song is probably going to have a slide in it, and then it can become a theme, and then they all start to sound very similar. Whereas guitars, where you're not using a slider, you can constantly change it up. Every song's going to be different. But with that slide theme going on, it may have pigeonholed the Rolling Stones from, you know what I mean, going any bigger. But who knows? Maybe Ry could have been talked into, look, you can play it, because obviously we want you in the band, but only on a couple songs. But he might not have wanted to do that. And also, if you're playing live, he may have just ignored that and gone, all right, in the studio, whatever, I won't really use this much for the albums, but I'm going to use it live. And then when you're live, it's everyone's hearing on every song is that slide guitar. I mean, I like slide guitar personally, but I do think if you're going to use slide guitar, if that's the kind of music you want to do, fair enough. You know what I mean? Of course. But you are going to get those cult followers. It's not going to go any bigger, is it? Because not everyone wants to hear slide, which is what Simon said. I like it though. But let's quickly talk about that bass, shall we? Because it's absolutely groovy. So he's playing along that F sharp. It will be in F sharp. I'm in E flat, so he's playing in that F sharp. You know, so he's holding the F sharp down, pulling it off for that E. You know what I mean? Very nice stuff. Very nice.
Oh Lord, have mercy. And be a servant of the Lord.
Sick. The drums, listen to the jangly. Using odd stuff.
Well, I believe, yes, I believe I will go back home. I believe it, I will go back home. Yes, I believe I will go back home and be the servant of the Lord.
Mate, even that, was that saxophone? You know what, the jangle of that, it made it sound like they were really playing in the 60s. I actually really like that. Kind of want to see more of him. Cooder. Cool name, Cooder. Everybody ought to treat a stranger right. I need to quickly try and read the lyrics of these because I always forget. Let me see if I can break the lyrics down. Prodigal Son. Cooder. No way, he released it in 2018. Now the prodigal son was a forward child. His mind was not to obey, but after he left his father's house, he thought he had gone astray. Okay. I can kind of understand that. Not too difficult. That's why I believe that I will go back home, and I believe I will go back home. Is this the chorus? Okay. And be a servant of the Lord. Now his father saw him coming. He met him with a smile. He threw his arms around him, saying, "This is my darling child." I think, metaphorically, his father is God. The father asked the prodigal son, "Why you been gone so long?" "Well, did you so love the world and forgot your happy home?" Ah, I think it's about a guy who's gone his own way and maybe forgot about his God. You know, maybe put religion to the side whilst he got on with his life, and then he's come back and realised there's only one God. The prodigal said, "I searched for a true religion, but no faith and no peace could I find, until I came to a little place called Bakersfield that eased my troubles behind." I've heard of Bakersfield, and I don't know if this is a coincidence, but it may have been on Let It Bleed. Mick Jagger mentions the word Bakersfield, and I think it's on the song "If You're Down on Your Luck and You Get Home." Faraway Eyes. And now, if you haven't heard Faraway Eyes by the Rolling Stones, it's an absolutely great song. And he mentions Bakersfield on it. So I'm going to search that in a sec. That's why I believe that, go back home. I wandered into a tavern where a music band was playing. Now the steel guitar rang out so sweet, I feel that I was praying. I asked a commonly waitress, "Is this a new teaching?" "Yes," she said, "there is a God but God, and Ralph Mooney is his name." I said, "Let me empty your ashtray, Mr. Mooney, and if the drunks interfere, I'll be sad." "But just as long as you sit there on your bandstand and play your guitar like Buddha, I'll be glad." The father asked the prodigal, "Did you smell the sweet perfume and hear the angel band?" He said, "Dim lights, thick smoke and loud music is the only kind of truth I'll ever understand." So now he's found his reason, and it's music. I think that's what it's about. You guys let me know. I'm not the best at breaking down lyrics, really. But I think that's what it is. He's basically saying he went in search to see what it is he wanted. He had no answers. He came back to God. God sent him to this tavern. And that's where he realised music was his calling. And he thanks God for all that. I believe this, I believe that I will, yes, I believe. I don't know though. You guys tell me. Either way, great song. I liked it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Guys, let me know what you want me to react to next. Do you want me to do some more Cooder? Now, quickly on Cooder. So, that's where they got Ronnie Wood in the Rolling Stones. Ronnie Wood is great. I mean, anyone who writes this riff. Oh no, sorry. He wrote... I always get them mixed up. So he wrote that in Faces. Anyone who writes that is a legend in my eyes. Hopefully you guys have liked this video. If you want to buy a RAYGO Bloom t-shirt, raygobloom.com. Go get yourself a t-shirt for the summer. Until next time, guys, peace out.
RAYGO Bloom! RAYGO Bloom! Yeah! RAYGO Bloom!
Welcome to my Patreon. I thought today we'd react to let's do some exclusive stuff, you know what I mean, for you little legends only. I want you guys to tell me if this song sucks. If it does, it's gone forever.
Joe's seen something he likes. Call it the old
like
squatting up bosh.